Hi everyone, in this video we're going to review Windows Server 2022 Datacenter Azure Edition. So it's a very odd SKU of Windows Server 2022. So it's not like your usual Windows Server Datacenter, but this is very different. So as you can see here, it is a bit like Windows 11 SE, but has activation restrictions, which I will talk about this later on in this video. So the GUI is the same thing as Windows Server 2022 and all that matter. The only difference is notoriously is the activation, which it requires Azure account or Microsoft Azure account to get access to the activation or the legit license. They did not enforce this on Windows 10 Pro and all that because it's loosened for, it's Windows 10 is free. This one is a different issue. It's only for like, servers. And yeah, don't mind this one. It's actually not pinned by default because during fresh install it's not pinned. It's like LTSC 2021. So I've already activated it, tried testing it using it MAS Microsoft Activation Script 1.6. I've heard on MDL that activation, you have to get old certs to activate it back since it updates. So it's specifically because Windows Server 2022 Datacenter Azure Edition alongside Windows 10 Enterprise Virtual Desktops, or also known as Windows 11 Enterprise Multi-Session. It's been renamed, but depending on the version you get, it's sometimes called as Virtual Desktops, it's sometimes called as multi-session. So yeah, I activated it already, and guess what? It does not. Unlike the neighbors like Windows Server 2022 as Data Center, regular, non-Azure, because it pops up an error at you can't activate Windows on this device because we can't blah blah blah. Doesn't matter. Because I checked on C Windows System 32, if I check correctly, and I rename this fclip.exe, which is probably responsible for the cert update every startup. So what I did is renamed it to fclip2 so that it will not rename during startup. So yeah, that's the very weird way for the activation. For the licensing, it requires Azure license again. I said this earlier. So you have to have Azure subscription for that to get it activated properly. So I haven't checked any replacement things yet, but if you're an MDL user or know about tech, you can put it in the comments how to replace the certs to get it activated properly without the nonsense, because sometimes it's updated, it will do that thing. So yeah, I tried it already. I'm going to try running MAS back on. I'm gonna click KMS38 1, and it's gonna not work, but probably you can force activate it using rerun the batch file twice if it's not gonna work. But yeah, I think it's neither the IP address that blocks it or the certs, I don't know. So I will see what happens here. So we'll let it sit. Yeah, it says you're done, converted license, blah 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 blah, and it does this blinking screen, and let's see what happens. But probably will not activate because it's very locked down compared to its neighbors like Windows Server 2022 Data Center and Standard and even Essentials. So yeah, it does not work. So it's still popping up on this blinking screen, and let's see what the outcome is or the result. I'll be back in a second. So I checked it again, and it says it claims to say this Windows Server 2020 Data Center Edition is activated until blah blah blah, and you know it. And when I try to right click, or for example, personalize, it does not work. It still says you need to activate Windows before blah blah blah. Personalize your PC, and I checked here on the pop-up. It still says this one, so it's clearly locked down for Azure subscription only. So like Windows Server, not Windows Server, Windows 10 for virtual desktops. So yeah, it's not working for this kind of scoop. So again, same GUI, but activation is extremely restricted. So you have to have Azure subscription to make it properly activated. So that's it. Thank you for watching. Bye bye. Peace out.